The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Bart Scott says Geno Smith over Jaxson Dart. He also says the Jet offense is going to do something they have not done in 20-something years. That's right. We'll play what the ex-Jet had to say and react accordingly. Matt O'Leary is going to join me. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
We sitting here, we excited as hell.
Now it's time to get to work. Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I haven't felt joy talking about the Jets in a long time. When they announced it, I went, yeah! Jets, let's go! A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. It is indeed the Jake Asman Show presented by PrizePicks. Before we bring on our guy, Matt O'Leary, today is the last day that you will hear me remind you about our first ever Gangrene Beach Club event, which is tomorrow at HQ2 down in Atlantic City on the property of the Ocean Casino. Come meet Jet legend Wayne Corbett and some of your favorite Jets reporters, podcasters, super fans like Fireman Ed, and many, many more. Special guest. I had Wayne on the ESPN New York show I hosted yesterday, and he was pumped. He was excited. He wants to be hounded, he said, by Jet fans, by Asmaniacs. That's a full quote. So go back and listen to the interview. I posted it on my channel if you want to hear more. But Wayne's going to be there. He's pumped. We're all excited. If you want to go, you still can get tickets. It's gangrenebeachclub.com. It's just $25. Get a picture with Wayne. He'll sign stuff for you. It's going to be an awesome, awesome time. And one of the guys that's going to be there is our guest in his weekly spot. It's our good friend, Matt O'Leary. Matt, are you excited to hit the tables and hang out with Wayne Corbett tomorrow?
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, right? Some July Jets talk, hanging out with Wayne Corbett, talking early 2000s Jets football, and then hitting the blackjack table. Sign me up for that, dude.
Can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. And honestly, I didn't even do this intentionally. Perfect segue for what we're going to start with, because speaking of can't wait, Mr. Bart Scott, famous for that, of course, he was on the radio yesterday on the show before I was on, Bart and Carlin. Bart Scott yesterday was asked, would you rather have Jaxson Dart or Geno Smith? This was Bart's answer to that question.
Going into this season, you're the team that you feel like you have a chance to make the playoffs, okay? I'm not saying that either team is in this position, but if you were a team that felt like everything else was in place for you to make the playoffs, not be a Super Bowl contender, be a playoff team, would you rather have Geno Smith or Jaxson Dart as your quarterback? This year.
I don't even think it's going to be close. I think not only is Geno Smith a better quarterback, and he should be, right? He's been through a lot. And as far as physically, he's still fine. I know he got beat up last year playing for the Raiders and playing under that Chip Kelly offense. It's never a good thing. Just ask UCLA. I don't even think this is even a conversation. Not only do I think that Geno Smith is a better quarterback than Jaxson Dart, I think the Jets' offensive line is better. The running back's better. If you want to say it's a push with Garrett Wilson and Neighbors, okay. I think even the Jets are better at tight end. I think Sadiq's going to be a problem. I love me some Isaiah Likely. I wanted them to get Isaiah Likely, but now he's going to be the main guy, and he's going to be relied on to be a leading man. I think the combination of Mason Taylor and Sadiq will be better than.
But again, like, I would even take those guys out. Either guy, you just have a generic team that is good enough to make the playoffs at every other spot. You'd rather have Geno right now than Dart.
Yeah.
Bart Scott would rather have Geno than Jaxson Dart. Matt, your reaction to that take on the Mad Backer?
So a part of me could understand that, right? Because Jackson's still an unknown at only 12 starts under his belt. And look, I thought he looked pretty promising for the Giants last year, both as a thrower of the football and as a rusher. I think he had 9 rushing touchdowns to go along with 15 passing touchdowns. Depends on what version of Geno you're getting, right? Like, if we're just looking at 2025 Jaxson Dart and 2025 Geno, I think Jaxson Dart was definitely better than Geno Smith last year. But part of this conversation is, what version of Geno Smith are you going to get for the New York Jets this year? If you think that version is going to be closer to what he was in Seattle, again, I think I could understand that argument in a 1 year, like, hey, you're just trying to win one game kind of situation. However, like, if you're going into long term, and would you rather have, a young quarterback who was promising in year one going into year two, or a 36-year-old who seems like a stopgap, I think then the answer becomes a little bit more obvious. But I will say I do get where Bart is coming from on this part of the conversation.
So let me say this first. I love Bart, and I hope he's right. And I enjoy working with him, and he was one of my favorite Jets when he was a player for the team. But I think what Bart is, I don't know if it's conveniently leaving out or not taking into consideration enough, he just kind of glosses over, well, Chip Kelly was bad with the Raiders, and the Raiders were a mess, and, Geno Smith's been through a lot. But last year, Geno Smith was not very good at all. And even if you want to say, well, he'll be what he was in Seattle, he was on the decline in Seattle the last couple of years. He had the breakout year in 2022. Seattle was 9th in points, 12th in yards. 2023, 17th in points, 21st in yards. 2024, 18th in points, 14th in yards. Then Seattle moves on from Geno. They bring in Darnold, 3rd in points, 8th in yards, obviously win the Super Bowl. And last year, Jaxson Dart did not have Malik Neighbors outside of the first half of his first start. He lost Cam Scatterbo. And Jaxson Dart outplayed Geno Smith last year in a dysfunctional situation, much like what Geno was in. So I don't think you could just excuse away the Raiders and say, well, that's why Geno stunk, because it's not like Dart was in the most ideal situation. His coach got fired in the middle of the year. The team lost their key weapons due to injuries. They didn't have great weapons to begin with. And Dart still had 15 touchdowns and 9 rushing touchdowns. So 15 passing, 9 rushing. Geno Smith last year, 19 total touchdowns, 17 interceptions, which led the league, and he's thrown the most picks in the NFL the last 2 years, with 32 of them combined. So I just don't think we could gloss over, well, last year it was just all the Raiders. If you want to tell me Geno's going to be a lot closer to what he was in 2024 as last year with the Seahawks, okay, I think that's fair. But I just think we can't just gloss over like the entirety of Geno's season last year and then say, well, he's going to be better than Dart because he's seen more. He's been more experienced. He's also older. And what if he just lost it? He's going to be 36 this year. So I wouldn't go that far. I'd take Dart, who I thought performed with not a whole lot around him last year in an environment that also was messy.
Yeah, it's a really good call out too. Wan'Dale Robinson was his number 1 receiver. And, obviously he got a lot of money in free agency to link back up with Daboll in Tennessee. But he's not really a true number 1 guy. And Neighbors was out, and it wasn't a great situation. And their offensive line, as Bart said, not as good as the Jets, but they were still able to get some pretty good, or Jaxson Dart was able to put up some, again, pretty solid numbers. If Dart was the Jets quarterback last year and he put up those same stats, I think all Jet fans would be super excited about this guy going into year 2. So again, A part of me understands where he's coming from on that argument, going with like, I want the veteran who's seen more and I know can play in this league, but it's also fair to bring up, like you just did. Well, Dart's situation wasn't very good either. And Geno now has had interception problems the last 2 years. So there still definitely is some unknown with Geno coming into the Jets and what he'll look like this year. But yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I'm sure Giants fans didn't really love that take.
Yeah, the Giant fans, I'm sure, are like, huh? Is Bart on drugs? What? Again, I could see Geno having a good year. I just think it's too much. Well, let's just excuse away all of the Raiders issues last year. Like, Geno's going to be 36. Here's a better question I have for both these quarterbacks. Which one's more likely to carry their driver's license if they get pulled over? I mean, does Dart carry his license? We know Geno pulled over twice the last 3 months, 4 months, and both times didn't have it on him. I mean, does Dart carry a license?
Would hope so. I'd certainly hope so.
Unreal. Here to me is an even crazier take from Bart because, as you said, Matt, you could argue for Geno if you want, and you brought up some good points. This, I think, is nuts. And again, I love Bart, and I hope he's right. Here's Bart talking about just how good he believes the Jet offense is going to be this season.
I think the Jets offense has the possibility to be the beginning of something special. I don't know if Geno will be able to see it all the way through, but this is one of the most, in my opinion, personnel-wise, on paper, this is one of the most, in my opinion, exciting collections of talent on the offensive side of the ball. I would put them top 7 with anybody in the league.
Top 7 offense in the league right now?
Possibilities. They have 2 good tight ends.
Oof.
They have 2 good tight ends.
I mean, we're asking a lot of Geno.
They have elite. They have elite, but I don't think he's going to have to do much. They have elite tailback. Top 10 by most. I'm
just going to play. I'm playing devil's advocate here for a second. Okay, the tight ends between them have 1 year of experience.
Yeah, I think we see more Seattle Geno than we see Oakland Geno.
Well, that's a fair question. Like, I have faith that Frank Reich will get the better end of Geno than the worse end of Geno.
And
than Chip Kelly did with Geno last year.
I don't think people realize, in my opinion, just how good this offensive line can be. I think this offensive line could be elite. All 17 guys played all 17 games.
I get this with him, but I'm saying just the one player.
I see him in an environment where he has an opportunity to not have to do much.
Geno Smith, because that's how good the Jet offense is. Top 7, Matt. Bart Scott saying the Jets could be a top 7 offense. Are there only now 7 teams in the NFL and no one told me? Did most of the league fold up? They were relegated somewhere else. There's only 7 NFL franchises now?
I would take the 17th offense in the league and be pretty happy with that. That's right around middle of the pack of very ambitious goals for Bart Scott. And look, again, I get it. I don't necessarily disagree with him talking about, Breece Hall should be good this year. And you have 3 receivers you feel pretty good about and 2 tight ends that you like. And the offensive line is good. But as we were talking about in that first segment, we don't really know what Geno Smith is going to be this year. And Frank Reich has also been out of the NFL since 2023. And the last time we saw him, he wasn't very good in Carolina. So what version of Frank Reich are we getting as a play caller? There's certainly a lot of talent here. And I would love for this team to be top 10 in offense. But, I mean, you have to go back 10 years or 11 years. 2015 was the last time they were anywhere close to a top 10 offense.
And they were 10 that year with Fitz and that team. He's talking about top 7. Geno Smith in Seattle, his best year was not a top 7 offense. His best year, 2022, right? Comeback player of the year, 31 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 9th in points, 12th in yards. So the best season from Geno, and that was several years ago. He's a lot older now. The best season when he had a Hall of Fame head coach, by the way, in Pete Carroll. Not the version we saw with the Raiders, but still Pete Carroll in Seattle when he won a Super Bowl and all that. They were not top 7. So, again, how often does everything just go right for the Jets? Like, that means Sadiq is amazing as a rookie. Cooper is amazing as a rookie. Not good, not flashing potential, like in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Breece Hall is having a Curtis Martin-like 1998 level season. Garrett finally has like 1,600 yards and is a first-team All-Pro if you're a top 7 offense. Like, again, these goals are just way too lofty. I don't see how you could think they're going to be top 7. I mean, let's just look at the Jets' own division. Are they going to be better than the Bills? Are they going to be better? And this is just straight offense. Are they better than the Bills? Are they better than the Patriots? So there's 2 right there. Are they going to have a better offense than Cincinnati? Are they going to have a better offense than Baltimore? Are they going to have a better offense than Kansas City or the Chargers or Denver? You just go down the line, go through the AFC alone. I don't even know if they're a top 10 offense in their own conference right now. I think they could be better. I think you're right. They could be, in the top 20. I don't think it's crazy talk, but man, I like Sadiq. I like Cooper, but they're unproven. Mason Taylor, we like his potential. It's unproven. He's in his second year. You're asking a lot from Geno Smith if you think he's going to carry this team to be a top 15 offense, let alone top 7.
Yeah, I just too lofty of an expectation for me. Would it be nice to see? Of course, yeah, we would all love to see that. But for a team that for a decade has been a bottom 10 offense in the league, with some of their best coming in like 24th in points and still averaging under 20 points a game with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, or there's a lot of 29 to 30th in points. Man, I think like top 20 should be the goal. And look, I get it. Eventually, you want to be a point where you're at a top 10, offense and top 10 defense and looking like a true contender. But this is a 3-win team from a year ago. You got to walk before you run here.
100%. And like that was just the AFC I threw in. Like throwing the NFC, are they going to be better than the Eagles offensively or the Cowboys,
the
Ben
Rams,
Johnson and the Bears, the Lions, the Packers, even the Vikings? I get it. It's Kyler Murray, but still they got Kevin O'Connell, who is an offensive genius. Like it's just go down the line, man. Tampa with Baker still there. The Niners with Shanahan. Obviously the Rams, you said. Seattle. Like I don't know. The Jets could be a top 20 offense, but top 7 when Geno's never led a team to a top 7 offense in his career. And then like the Jets have not had a top 7 offense, I think, since you go back to like either the 04 or the 02 season. Like that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. In 04, they were 17th in points and 12th in yards. 02, 15th in points, 22 in yards.
So not even in those years. So I guess 98?
98. They were 5th in points and 4th in yards. So since you had Bill Parcells, one of the best coaches of all time, and an elite Curtis Martin, Keyshawn Johnson, and Wayne Corbett going nuts, and yes, a journeyman in Vinny Testaverde coming in. And I guess if you want to draw the parallel, Geno Smith, late stage career, maybe he has that resurgence, but NFL was a lot different, man. Almost 30 years ago. I don't personally see it, but God, I hope Bart Scott is right.
Again, I would love for Bart to be right. I think if you want to be optimistic about this team, you could see signs of this team going out there and having the makings of an eventual top 7 offense. But again, so much of the Jets season is projecting these young players taking a step forward. This would be a gigantic step forward. This would be, multiple players in the conversation to be all pros and Pro Bowlers if you're a top 7 offense.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, like everything has to go right for you. The offensive line has to stay healthy again and be, a top 10 unit. Geno has to look like Seattle Geno. Breece Hall's having a 1,200-yard rushing season. Omar Cooper and Kenyon Sadiq hit the ground running and are great right away. A.D. Mitchell, is the player that we all, think he can be based on his offseason and OTAs and minicamp. And again, is there an outcome where that's possible? Sure, I guess so. But man, banking on every single possible scenario working out is not a realistic approach. And I don't think everything's going to go completely wrong either. Like, I don't think that's fair, but the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle, which is how you get closer to the 20th offense or the 17th offense in the league, somewhere in that range.
Bart, I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right.
Can't wait.
Hope that you were right. Shout out to my friend Ty D. Butler in the house. Ty, one of the hosts on ESPN New York. And he writes it, Bart is insane. And Ty often does shows with Bart like I do. So we love you, Bart. We just hope you're right, honestly. We really do. Some other things I want to hit with Matt, but today's a very, very important show. If you're watching live, you have a chance to win not 1, but how about 6 Jets-related prizes at the end of the stream. Asmaniac raffle number 80 is coming up at the end here, folks. make sure you enter for your chance to win. I'll tell you why you want to enter during this show. It's 2 for the price of 1. If you enter for any of the prizes in our raffle at the end of this show, you are already in for next week's Asmaniac raffle. Our top prize, and oh baby, this is going to cost something to ship. So hopefully it goes to a true diehard Jet fan. A framed custom jersey display, Breece Hall autographed jersey. That's prize 1. Prize 2 is a signed ball by the great Broadway Joe Namath. Prize 3 is a signed helmet by the legendary Joe Klecko. Prize 4 is a Wayne Corbett autographed football. We needed to have a Corbett prize for raffle 80, and you'll meet Wayne tomorrow at Gangrene Beach Club if you make the trip down to AC. And then 2 more for you. A Jets Legends jersey. You pick the Jet Legend you want a jersey in. And last but certainly not least, 2 tickets to our event with Wayne Corbett, Gangrene Beach Club tomorrow. When you enter for any of those items I just mentioned, you're already in for next week's raffle, number 81, which the top prize is a signed end zone pylon by the great Darrelle Revis. Prize 2, a signed jersey by Matt O'Leary's guy, Chad Pennington. Prize number 3, a signed helmet by Breece Hall. And prize 4 is a Jets Legends jersey. You pick the player that you want. So that's 2 for the price of 1 on the Jake Asman Show. More topics to hit with Matt, but let me get to a couple membership shout-outs. Ozzy in the Asmaniac raffle for 1. Thank you, Ozzy. And the great Janice Jett, who's one of the biggest diehard Jet fans I know. She gifted 10 channel memberships. And since I met Janice in Tampa this past year, here's the Tampa Fireman Ed Jet Chan. Hit it. You got a gifted membership from Janice. Make sure you say thank you. Shout out to Nate ESQ, who says, I need O'Leary to lie to me in his daily videos and tell me we're playoff bound, guaranteed. Matt, can you lie to Nate real quick?
I can't. I really can't. I want to. But you know what? For the 20 spot, I will lie to you. Jets, I'm on Green Bean Island today. Jets 10-7, playoff team, 7th best offense in the NFL. Let's go.
Boom. Let's go. Matt O'Leary lying to the people.
Can't wait.
Oh, man. Comments, questions, super chats. We will definitely get to your calls. So if you want to call in and weigh in on Bart's take or anything Jet related, please feel free. Aussie Jet fan says Ward and Shuck greater. Dart fluked and is overrated. Again, I think Dart is going to be a good quarterback. Maybe there is some worry with his play style. Can he learn how to slide and get out of bounds and stay healthy? But Jaxson Dart last year did not have Malik Neighbors for any of his games besides the first half of his first career start. And he still put up 15 touchdowns passing, another 9 running. He was pretty good. He scored a lot of points at times for the Giants. And he's only going to get better, you would think, with a legit head coach overseeing his development now with John Harbaugh. I think Dart's going to be good. Again, it doesn't mean that Geno can't be a competent player, but I don't think we have to, put down Dart to hype up Geno.
No, yeah, and maybe that is the case with Jaxson Dart. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks come in and flash in year 1 and then fizzle out. I think of Mac Jones' rookie season where there were conversations of him being the offensive rookie of the year that year. But I think that's unfair to do to him and then prop up Ward and Shuck. The same thing could happen there. Ward obviously struggled more so of those 3 guys listed, but a lot of changes there. And Tyler Shuck, again, put up really good numbers and could have been in the conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year, too. But we don't know what that's going to look like in year 2. So I think it's a wait-and-see game for all these guys.
Wait and see. Let's just hope that we actually get to see some competency at the quarterback position from a Jet standpoint.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Matt, while we're talking about Geno, do you have any thoughts on the latest run-in with the law for Eugene Smith? He's going 75 and a 45 and failed to produce his driver's license.
Yeah, look, you really should know, he should know better would be my take on that. I don't have a ton to say on it. Speeding obviously is something that happens. You can't justify it, and you want to see your veteran quarterback have a little bit more maturity in that instance. I would say.
I think that is fair. I just hope we get some sort of resolution on the actual legal situation with the investigation before training camp. The last thing the Jets need is they show up, they report, and then boom, something comes about, and it's a distraction, and it's just unnecessary for a team that really can't afford to waste any days this summer getting ready for the year.
No, and for Geno, it's his first year in this system with Frank Reich too, and you want to get on the same page with all the receivers. Like that's the important part of OTAs, minicamp, and training camp is you kind of want to build that internal chemistry with your receivers.
Well said. Well said. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. The big fella checking in says, I'm headed down to Nashville, possibly stopping by Barstool, Nashville. Have a great time at AC, everyone. We should have drafted Dart. Big fella, to his credit, was a big Dart guy last year, and so far that looks like that was a good take to have. Enjoy Nashville, big fella. Keep it warm for us for week 1. We're going to be at Barstool, Nashville, big tailgate on game day as well. All the info for both events we have planned for Jet fans is in the description for the video that you are watching. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt O'Leary is my guest. If you guys have a comment or a question that you want Matt to address, make sure you super chat it in. Of course, super chats cut the line. Shout out to Jazz, who after gifting memberships before wrote, good morning, Jake, Matt, and Asmaniacs. Have a great time this weekend. And give Wayne my love, please. Wayne Corbett, Gangrene Beach Club. Tomorrow, come meet Wayne in person. Get your tickets at gangrenebeachclub.com. Shout out to the Jetstream 1989. He just gifted a 5-spot of channel memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 entries in the raffle from Jetstream. Hit the O'Leary wedding chant. Pretty much everyone at that table besides Jeremy, Jets Chaos, and Ryan are going to be at Gangrene Beach Club tomorrow too. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a nice little reunion going on and getting to hang out with all you guys. I feels like we hang out all the time because we talk all the time, but getting together in person is rare. So I can't wait, dude. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about this whole thing of getting married at the same time. So you can just spend time with your Jet friends for this one.
Yeah, this is true. Although Taylor's making the trip, she loves coming to these
yes.
events, so she'll be talking shop with everybody out there too.
Taylor's great. She's awesome. So I look forward to hanging with her and everyone making the trip. How about this? Shout out to Adam is too cool. A $100 super chat from Adam. Hey now,
it's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed too.
Adam writes in, baby girl born yesterday. Sorry I can't be at the meetup this weekend, but I have a good excuse. 7 for Geno, 9 for wins, or our draft position next year, or both. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. Adam, congratulations to you and your entire family. That is awesome. Hopefully everything is going okay. Do me a favor, Adam. When you get a chance, shoot me your address via email, and I want to send you an Asmaniac onesie for your newborn baby girl. So shoot me an email, and we'll get that sent out to you this upcoming week. But congrats to Adam. He's also in our Asmaniac raffle at the end of the show for 6 Jets prizes. That's right, 6 Jets prizes at the end of today's stream. He is in for 20 entries with this $100 super chat. Again, everyone say congratulations to Adam is too cool in the chat on the birth of his baby girl. That is awesome, awesome stuff. Let's see here. Matt, I wanted to get your take on a list that CBS Sports put together where Aaron Glenn was ranked number 1 among coaches on the hot seat going into the year. You see 5, 4, 3, and 2 on the list. Dan Quinn, Zach Taylor, Shane Steichen, Todd Bowles, and then Glenn at 1. Would you put Glenn 1? Is this a fair ranking in your estimation?
I definitely think it is fair, right? Because there is a lot of pressure on him after, the Jets had the season in which they did a 3-win team. He didn't look great last year. At times looked in over his head. And look, I'm holding out hope for Aaron Glenn. I don't want to see him fired. I'd like to see him be the long-term answer for the New York Jets. But, in all honesty, looking at the other names on the list here, all 4 of those guys are significantly more proven than what Aaron Glenn is. So while I don't want to see him fired at the end of the year, I hope the Jets win enough games where, he's back next year and this team is headed in the right direction. I can't say that this is an unfair ranking.
What does Glenn have to do to definitively be back? Like, is it like if I say to you, all right, he does this, he's back, like come up with what it would look like?
I think a lot of it is going to be eye test, but I'm going to say somewhere around at least 7 wins. The defense is, goes from one of the worst in the league to at least somewhere around middle of the pack. They're playing better in division. They're much more competitive in their division. They're not, 0-6 or whatever it was from a year ago. They steal a couple games they shouldn't. Maybe it's one against the Bills or one against the Pats in that regard. They're not getting blown out in games like, the last 5 weeks of the year. I understand the circumstances with the roster that they were tossing out there, but, it's not acceptable to be losing by 30 points and being completely out of it. And, just being relevant for the entirety of the season. Like, I don't really want to see this team be like 2-9 and then they, win, 5 of their last 6 games or, whatever the case is. I kind of just want to see consistency throughout the entirety of the season.
Yeah, I think it's very much an eye test type of thing because context needs to be applied, nuance needs to be applied rather than just say, well, 7-10 and he's back. I think if he gets to 8, no matter how he does it, I do think he'll be back because 8 would be more than any Jet coach has delivered in a decade since Bowles in his first year in 2015. So I do think 8 is like that magic number if you made me pick like a definitive win total. But like how you get the 7 matters. Adam Gase won 7 his first year. Did anyone think Adam Gase was a good coach when he started 1-7? No. And, they beat some bad teams down the stretch, backup quarterbacks like Matt Barkley and Mason Rudolph and all this slop the Jets played that year, if you recall. So it matters how you start. I think the best thing Aaron Glenn could do is win week 1 and get an early season win when you're an underdog and no one's going to pick you. Rich Samini made this point on our Jets Collective podcast the other day. Like, go into Chicago and upset the Bears. You go beat the Lions and beat Dan Campbell and send a message that, you got the better of the master. Like, you need to have some sort of signature win early. Yes, week 1's incredibly important. I've called it a must win, but you're supposed to be the Titans if you're going to be anything of significance this year, if you're going to be relevant. Like, then you play 3 teams that you're going to be an underdog. So go win one of those games. Start 2-2 and then beat the Browns and be 3-2. Show real progress that last year is forgotten and the Jets have made the necessary improvements to actually be a functioning NFL team this year.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Obviously, we've spent a lot of time on week 1 because A, it's their first game of the season, and B, just because of how important it is when you look at the Jets schedule. But I think Rich is right. You look at the first 5 games, if you're sitting after your first 5 games at 3-2 above 500 in October, when's the last time we're saying that? It's been a really long time. The 2022 season, obviously, we know how that unfortunately ended, but I think that would go a really long way for winning back a lot of this fan base, especially when you look at the start from last year when, they were just losing games week after week after week, and they dug themselves a really big hole before they finally got their first win against the Bengals. And I just don't think they could afford that kind of start. They got to be, relevant heading into, November at that point in the season. And, again, just stick around, be a hard team to play against.
100%. Like, you look at the schedule, again, if you could beat the Titans, why can't you then go out there and beat the Browns, the Dolphins, the Raiders? Like, you could be 3-5 through your first 8. Maybe you steal one of the Packers, Lions, Bears games. You get a team early in the year when they're not at their best. They're not fully healthy. You never know. Give us a season, man. Like, again, Robert Saleh, for all his faults as a head coach, he had the Jets at 6-3 in his second year and then 7-4 before it collapsed. And again, no one's celebrating that because they finished 7-10. They lost, their final 6 games in a row. But at least we had a season that wasn't over at the end of September or by Halloween like it normally is. Like, the Jets were alive going into that New Year's Day game against Geno Smith and the Seahawks that season. Like, that should be the expectation. Be relevant, man. Don't just completely take yourself out of another season from the beginning again.
Yeah, I think that's a really good call out. And you just pulled up the schedule, and I'm looking at the stretch with, from week 5 to week 8, you have games at home against the Browns, Dolphins, and Raiders. Those are games that you should take care of, right? Like, no one really thinks the Raiders, Dolphins, or Browns are going to be great this year. And it's in your own building, right? Like, if it was a road game and you lose on the road, I would be upset, but not nearly as upset as I would be about losing a home game to any of those 3. So to me, it's about keeping yourself alive going into that stretch, right? Like, if you start 0-4, like, that doesn't really do it for me at that point. But if you're hanging around, you're 2-2 through those first 4 weeks, and then you rattle off wins against the Dolphins, Raiders, and Browns there, if you're 5-3 through 8 games, I think this fan base would be going ballistic going into the month of November. So,
Oh yeah,
I mean, that would be incredible. And am I predicting that is the most likely scenario? I don't know if I can go that far, but again, if we're talking about what would it take to win for Aaron Glenn to win this fan base back over, I think that's a start to doing that.
I think so too. And there's so many people who want this team to tank right now. They lose their first couple. I'm not going to sit here and tell any Jet fan you shouldn't be rooting for losses at that point, because the head coach would firmly be on the hot seat. No, like that they start 0-4, he's done. At that point, he might make it through the year, but I would understand rooting for losses at that point, because last year you could sell it. Well, he's not getting fired in all likelihood. It's year one, trying to establish a culture, all that. And okay, what did you really do with those wins? You cost yourself the number 1 pick. It did nothing in hindsight. So with the fact that the Jets have all these first rounders and the fact that they have cap space, and we do think there's some good young players on this team, and you're an attractive opening, I don't want to be borderline if whether or not I think Aaron Glenn should be back. If I'm unsure, I would move on. Because I think the Jets job's an attractive one. I can get a top offensive mind. I could hire a proven experienced coach like a Tomlin or a McDermott. So I'm approaching it from the standpoint of show me you're a good coach. Make me feel like we got our guy. Not, I don't know, let's just give him a third year, because why am I just giving him a third year if you actually could get a legit coach who's going to want to coach your young quarterback that you're going to be in position to most likely be able to draft very high?
Yeah, it's a good point. I think the worst spot that they could be in is somewhere stuck in the middle. Either they win enough games and you look at it and you go, okay, they did they did a really good job, and this regime deserves a third year with their own guy to really see if they're taking the step forward here. And if it bottoms out, which I don't want to see, because we've gone through too many years like that, and it's not fun. Although you could see the light at the end of the tunnel with the quarterback, but at least then you would know, right? If they're 0-7, everyone knows where this is headed at that point, But if they're 5-12 and you're sitting there going, I don't know what to do here, and you're not in, you're picking 6th or 7th overall and not, 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, that makes life a little bit more challenging.
Let's just hope the Colts stink. That'd be nice.
That would be nice. And, who knows what Daniel Jones looks like after this injury. That's not a easy thing to come back from. So, I think we should all be rooting against the Colts, the Cowboys, the Packers every week. And, hopefully the Jets win some games and you get the quarterback like the Bears are able to do with Caleb Williams.
No doubt. Dave Briga nails it with this comment. Everything at this point with this team is show us. That's where I'm at. Show us that things are going to be different. Otherwise, why would I expect it?
Yeah, they'll prove it. They haven't done anything to earn the benefit of the doubt. Why are you going to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? And I get it. We're fans, and we're Jets fans first. We want to see this team do it, but you get hurt enough times. Eventually, it's all right, you got to earn my trust back here.
And I could speak to this just since I started my channel, and your channel's been been around longer than mine. There's never been less casuals watching our shows. You only really have the diehards, where obviously there was still some excitement last year. Glenn, year one of a new regime, the unknown of, hey, could Justin Fields be the next Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield to revive his career? So I think you still had, some excitement. The years before that, you had Rodgers year one, off the charts excitement, Hard Knocks. The following year, even with the fact that he got hurt, it was, well, he's coming back. We think this team that still won 7 games without him could be pretty good. And then, 2022, the year 2 leap from Zach Wilson, and you added Sauce, and you added Brees and JJ and Garrett, of course, in that draft class. Year 1 of Salah. Oh, here we go. Rookie quarterback, 2nd overall. Those are all the years that I've been doing daily YouTube content. And this year has been so unique from the standpoint that it's tough to sell casual fans on Glenn, who looks like he was dead coach walking for most of last year, and Geno Smith, because most people care about who your coach and your quarterback is.
Yeah, I mean, they're 2 of the most important things for a football team. And you're right. Whether it was rookie Zach Wilson or him going into year 2 with a bunch of picks, and then, the Aaron Rodgers saga, and then into Justin Fields holding out hope that he could be the next, Baker or Sam Darnold or whoever, there was some semblance of an excitement. And, maybe boring's good. Maybe boring's a good thing. And they're just I don't know, just a normal regular football team. And if they're a normal regular football team and can get to 8 wins, and it's something they haven't done in a long time, they wouldn't be a playoff team, but maybe that would be enough for fans to start buying back in that, hey, at least this team looks like they're going in the right direction.
PBM in the house. Excited to meet everyone. Hopefully in 2026 we have a season, but at least we have tomorrow. Can you explain, am I wearing a bathing suit with sneakers tomorrow? Yes. You could hit up Lou B for more info on this, PBM, but sneakers tomorrow. I know it's a Gangrene Beach Club, but because there's bottles and glass, they have a policy where you got to be wearing closed-toe shoes. So keep that in mind, PBM. But I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And let me tell you, Purple Belt Mike is out of his mind, Matt. So be very careful.
I'm excited to meet PBM. He saved my life a year ago with my whole
That's right.
channel getting hacked here. So very excited to chop it up with him in person.
Mike, can't wait, baby. Speaking of can't wait, since we have the drop ready.
Can't wait.
Jetstream in the raffle for 2 more entries. Thank you, Jetstream. I feel good about Reich as the OC. I believe we'll have the team in the top half of offensive categories. He has his style of players for his offense and isn't plugging round pegs into square holes. I think one of the most intriguing questions with Reich, he was such a big part of the Jets using the 16th overall pick on tight end Kenyon Sadiq. We better have a great plan for how we're deploying him and Mason Taylor if we're using a 16th overall selection on a tight end. And even taking it a step further, we're using the selection of the 16th overall pick that we got from the Colts in the Sauce deal. So to justify the Sauce Gardner trade, Sadiq's going to have to be a hit.
Yeah, I mean, for better or worse, right? You're going to be taught these picks eventually turn into something. So it will turn into Sauce Gardner for Kenyon Sadiq, AD Mitchell, and whoever else they end up drafting next year. And who knows if it's part of a package to get a quarterback or whatever, and that quarterback hits, then no matter what Kenyon Sadiq or AD Mitchell do as a New York Jet, it's not going to matter. It would be a win for the Jets. But you're right. I hope they have a really strong plan in place for Kenyon Sadiq because he's a really unique player. And we've seen the Jets have some unique players and not know how to use them. Breece Hall in the passing game sticks out from the Nathaniel Hackett era. And I just hope that's not something that we see here in 2026.
You mean admitting midway through the season that you didn't realize how good Breece Hall was at catching passes?
It took him to week 9 to figure out that Breece Hall can catch the football. It's truly unbelievable.
Unreal.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Well, Jet news. Thank you to Connor Long for being the first to alert me of this. Connor, by the way, is going to be doing an afternoon show on the channel today because I'm making the trip down to Atlantic City. So make sure you guys tune in and support Connor. He will be grinding away. He might have a big guest as well that he's working on. So tune in to that this afternoon on the channel here. But Connor, he made the super chat, and I pulled up the tweet confirming it. The Jets were one of the teams that reached out to Terrion Arnold, who was released by the Lions after he obviously was arrested and accused of being part of like an armed robbery. The whole story is still kind of being figured out what exactly went down. But Terrion Arnold's agent, Nicole Lynn, said in a court hearing this morning, 4 teams have reached out about signing her client. He had 1 visit this week and has another set next week. She said there is a very good likelihood he is signed in the next 45 days. Arnold worked out for the Houston Texans. Lynn said the Colts, Jets, Seahawks, and Texans have reached out about signing Terrion Arnold. Now, Glenn coached Terrion Arnold in Detroit, so there's an obvious connection there. Plus, we know Glenn's taken over the defense. Matt, your reaction to this?
Yeah, is he going to play? Is he going to be available to play? I guess would be my question. It's clearly going to depend on what happens in this court case coming up, but I would imagine that Glenn really likes him. He was a first-round pick in 2024 by the Detroit Lions, so obviously a corner, the position that Glenn played, and we're gonna have to see. I gotta wait to see how this legal trouble ends up going. It doesn't sound all that great, but it's not like he really hit the ground running as a rookie and only played a handful of games last year in 2025. So I don't even know. Like, let's take legal troubles out of it, how good of a player this guy actually is.
So Arnold was back in court for a motion hearing to modify the conditions of his pretrial release, Prosecutors have argued for Arnold to wear an ankle monitor, but the state denied the motion. He remains confined to his home in Florida, except for work or attorney-related meetings. Lions cut Arnold on Monday, June 29th, hours after a Florida judge granted him a $1 million bond in his ongoing kidnapping case. Arnold was arrested on June 24th and charged with 4 counts of kidnapping and assault of 3 men. Prosecutors say it was 4 counts of kidnapping and 4 counts of armed robbery in relation to a February kidnapping and assault of 3 men. Prosecutors say Arnold believes were involved in a robbery of over $250,000 of goods from his rental home in Largo, Florida. So the way I understand it is he basically was robbed and he was trying to get his stuff back by robbing back the people who robbed him, but he might have robbed the wrong people. I don't know if that's accurate. I think that's how it's been explained. There's a lot with this story that I, quite frankly, don't know enough about to give a strong opinion one way or another.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers, but from my understanding, I think you're pretty spot on with how the reporting of this story has been, at least, that he was a victim, then tried to get the stuff back and maybe did or didn't get the right guys who ended up doing it. And it's just an unfortunate situation for, a young kid. He's 23 years old and was, put himself in this situation. And, his NFL career is now in jeopardy over it.
I don't think the Jets are going to end up signing him. This doesn't feel like a Jet thing to do when you don't need the additional distractions.
Yeah, the Jets are not short for stories. They don't need to go out and then add a player like this.
I mean, Glenn did coach him, so it is interesting that they reached out. I mean, if he's completely exonerated, that'd be a different conversation. But if he's facing these charges, you're going to sign him while he's facing all this? I don't know.
I don't think that makes sense.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line, raffle for 6 items at the end of the show. And when you enter during this show, it's 2 for the price of 1. Next week's top prize is a Darrelle Revis signed end zone pylon, a signed jersey by Chad Pennington, a signed Breece Hall helmet, and a Jets Legends jersey. Our top prize at the end of this show is a Breece Hall framed custom jersey display, a Joe Namath signed football, a Joe Klecko signed helmet, and a Wayne Corbett signed football. Comments, questions, your super chats, they always cut the line. Beastbreaker writes in, my back is too tight. Matt, any advice for Beast dealing with some back problems?
Stretch, my guy. Stretch. As someone who is, now over 30 years old, that's what you got to do before anything, just about. So, stretch.
Will you stretch before you hit the blackjack table tomorrow?
Oh my God, I gotta be at my absolute peak when I'm at the blackjack table or at the slot. So yeah, we will definitely be stretching.
Stretch, Beast. Stretch it out. Ladies and gentlemen, a shout out to John J. Williams with his patented Zell to enter the raffle. He is in for 2.
Hello. You play to win the game.
Good luck to John. Big shout out to everyone who has entered. Brian says, is it me or does coffee taste better when consumed from a Jets mug? How about a Jake Asman show mug? Does that count? Because the coffee is oh so sweet.
It absolutely does. I have a Matt O'Leary and my NY mug, not here downstairs, but it does usually taste better when I use that mug.
Shout out to Ozzy who says we got our ticket to the Titans game. We're ready to rock. There might be more Jet fans in Nashville than at the home opener.
I think you have a good case for that, especially with the Packers being the opponent in week 2, man. It's going to be at least 50% Packers fans. And who knows, the Jets might go over 50% in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts, man. I'm so excited. Shout out to everyone who's making the trip down to watch the Jets beat Robert Saleh, or at least they better. Otherwise, good God. God. Let me plug our training camp meetup before we get to some of your calls here. Cloverleaf Tavern, Matt, you are, of course, invited. It's after the Jets only open practice to the public, August 1st. Saturday, we're going to head to Chef Kevin's restaurant, Cloverleaf Tavern, Caldwell, New Jersey, about 30 minutes from One Jets Drive in Florham Park. Free event, just RSVP, so the Cloverleaf Tavern folks can get an accurate head count. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have a custom Asmaniac food menu that Chef Kevin is preparing. We're working on a big chef-off between Chef Kev and Brian Morales, Chef Brian. So that is in the works. Get ready, folks. RSVP, we did it last year. Great turnout, but 70-plus people showed up. I think it might be even bigger this year. The link to RSVP, if you're coming, is in the description. It is a party full link. Just click that, sign in, and you will be ready to roll. Let's get to your calls right now. Doug on the couch is first up. Now, he moved on July 4th to Australia, so this is the first time Doug on the couch is now Doug in Australia. Hello, Doug.
Doug on the couch down under now.
Wow.
There he is.
Hey, how you guys doing?
How are you?
Yeah.
Great. I just got home from a pub crawl, so living life.
What time is it there?
12:40. Everyone
Wow.
here has accents. It's hard to understand them, but now everyone says I have the accent. So who's right? Who's wrong?
You're the foreigner.
Yeah, you are the
I
foreigner.
guess. Also, I reached out to that guy. You gave me that email, Jake. I did reach out to him, so thank you.
Australian Jet fan?
No, Herschel, I think his name was.
Oh, yes, Herschel also down there. Yep, we have a couple.
I did reach out to him. I just got to get my life settled out first, but I did reach out to him. We will grab a drink or something in the near future.
Love it. We're going to start an Australian Jet fan club down there. With
I mean, I will say, never experienced jet lag like this in my life before. It is rough. Oof. It took me 26 hours to get here. I don't ever need to do that travel again.
Was it a direct flight?
No, I went from Boston to San Francisco, which was 6.5 hours and the most turbulent flight I ever been on. And then from San Francisco to Melbourne, which was a little over 16 hours.
Wow.
Jeez,
but, this is why we take 2 Benadryl on a flight and we sleep for most of the flight.
That's all you needed to sleep? 2 Benadryl?
Yeah, I slept on and off for like most of the flight. But
I would need more than that.
I was in an exit row, so I had extra leg room, so that was nice.
Veteran move.
That was nice. Yeah, but I was worried I missed the Thursday call, and to find out I go on YouTube and I see it's Matt O'Leary on the Friday show, and it's like, whoa, I didn't miss my daily call-in.
No, you're still good to go, Matt. Matt's teaching a class for the next couple of weeks, so we moved his spot to Friday to accommodate Professor O'Leary.
Yeah, we got
amazing.
a little summer
So I won't miss my Friday call-in.
Good. I'm glad.
Summer school.
Yeah, summer school, baby. Social media marketing.
That's what I have a degree in communication, social media communications, all that stuff.
Love that.
Way back in my college days. But yeah, jet lag sucks. It's cool to be here. They all complain like, "Oh my god, it's so cold," and it's like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like, we're in winter right now here, and they're like, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like, I was in Boston when it was 0 degrees, blizzards and stuff. I'll take 50 degrees Fahrenheit for winter, 24/7, 365. And we all know me coming here is going to be the reason why the Jets were the Super Bowl.
Like your summer really got cut short though.
Apparently. Yeah, but when I left Boston, it was like 100 degrees, so I'm not like complaining.
Yeah, it ended up working.
It was gross. I was also in Boston when Scotland took over, and I was working as a security guard at a bar. I've never seen Boston that busy in my life, so that was interesting. But yeah, it's cool here. It's cool here.
Have you had Vegemite?
And now you got, as I said, what?
Have you had any Vegemite yet?
What's that?
I have not. I got the first like Australian thing I got, these cookies or crackers, what they call Tim Tams. They look like a chocolate covered like cracker or something. They're pretty good. I haven't tried them yet. I'll try them tomorrow. C'est la vie. And we all know me moving here. I said if I move here and it leads to the Jets winning the Super Bowl or making the playoffs, even definitely the Super Bowl, I'll never move back.
You're there for life.
Again,
it's
worth it.
It's worth it, I think.
The only thing I would fly back for is the parade. I don't care about the jet lag for the parade. I would fly back for the parade and then immediately fly back.
Now, how are the couches in Australia compared to the U.S. couches?
I mean,
here, wants to know.
This is a pretty nice couch. I'm in an Airbnb for a couple weeks, but I don't know how to. It's a pretty nice couch.
Have you started the actual job you're down there for?
I have not. I'm supposed to start in the next week or so.
Nice.
So I'm just exploring a lot of Melbourne right now. It's a cool place. Okay. There's this thing called in a southern part of Melbourne called the Penguin Parade. I went to that the other day. That was pretty interesting.
Really?
Yeah. So, Now you have 3 Jets fans as maniacs in Australia. It's growing.
It's exciting stuff, Doug. I'm excited to see the amount of the Jet influence grow in the country.
I can't promise I'll call into as many shows as I used to because of the time difference. But if I'm up on if Matt O'Leary's on the Friday night, well, my Friday night, your Friday morning, I can probably call into those. And I'll be up for the post games because at that point, 2:45, probably like closer to 6 a.m. So I'll be up for the post games in the regular season. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm here. I made it. That's exciting. I am tired. Greek food here, really good. I had some good Mexican food for dinner tonight too.
Wow.
Haven't tried. I also, the first day I was here, I did try Australian McDonald's. I think whenever you go to a new country, you have to try their McDonald's to see how different it is.
Was it different? Yeah.
Their chicken tenders, their chicken nuggets are a little bit different. They're fried a little bit differently. So they're pretty good. And their chicken sandwich is better than the U.S. chicken sandwich, I thought.
All right.
Obviously the U.S. a lot bigger sizes because
What about kangaroo, Doug?
I have not tried kangaroo. I got here Monday morning, so haven't been able to do a lot. I might go to an AFL game tomorrow night. I don't know. I don't understand it, but everyone seems to love it around here, so why not? And again, I'm thinking about going to the Melbourne NFL game, but right now it's like $350 to go to. I don't like. 49ers Rams would be a great game, but I don't really want to drop $350 to go to a football game. Is the dilemma I'm facing.
Well, you keep us posted.
If it was the Jets, I'd go. I'd go.
Phil wants to know, how about the ladies?
It's a mixed bag. This night was like my first real night out. I've been falling asleep at like 7 o'clock every night before tonight because again, that jet lag is a pain and experience like no other. On my first night out, there's attractive ladies everywhere. There's unattractive ladies anywhere, if you want to be honest. But yeah,
someone thought I was Canadian. On the couch. That will play.
Someone thought I was Canadian, and I was offended by that. I was like, "Where do you think I'm from?" I was like, "Oh, Canada." I was like, "Get out of my face."
Maybe because you're very nice. Canadians are known to be nice.
No, I was like, "I'm sorry. I'm from the best hockey country in the world. Get out of my face."
New Q says, "How about guys?"
Hey, love whoever you want to love. That's not my cup of tea, but love whoever you want to love. Say lovey. I don't judge. Love whoever you want to love, but I'm not into guys. But I'm pretty sure there's probably some pretty good looking guys. Who knows?
Well, Doug, you keep us posted, all right? Save some women for the rest of us down there.
I'll do what I can. I'm about to go to sleep, but I'll see you a week from today, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doug on the couch, down under, his first call from Australia. How about that?
What a call.
Doug, best of luck to you, my friend. Football guy in the raffle for 2. Jake Arnold would be a great pickup if he's able to get out of his legal trouble. Love the show. Jake, thank you, football guy. You're in the raffle for 2. Again, if Terrion Arnold's exonerated, yeah, if you want to bring him in and Glenn knows him, coached him in Detroit, I'm totally cool with that. I don't see the Jets signing him, and it doesn't sound like the amount of charges that have been levied against him are just going to magically disappear by the time the regular season gets underway.
Yeah, they say I don't think we could say definitively right now if that's going to be the case or not. There's many steps before you get to that point. So this isn't something that I'm really concerned about one way or another for the short term.
Nick Shine says, can't wait for tomorrow. Looking forward to hanging with both of you fine and distinguished gentlemen. That's right. Gangrene Beach Club. Nick Shine will be there. Matt O'Leary's going to be there. You could still be there. GangreneBeachClub.com. Nick Shine's got a Speedo ready to roll, Matt.
God, that what a sight to see. Nick Shine in a Speedo in the pool. Gotta love it.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Today's Jake Asman show is presented by PrizePicks. We gave this out yesterday. Hopefully you played it because Mbappe did in fact score. So we needed to get both of these correct to turn $10 into $35, and we're halfway home. Mbappe with a goal against Morocco yesterday, and that means if Holland of Norway scores against England, we will officially win $35 on PrizePicks. It was a World Cup lineup, 2-pick power play we put together on the show. Make your own for the World Cup. UFC this weekend, Yankees and Mets final series before the All-Star break. So whatever sport you want, futures on NFL players, like a bunch of Jets as we featured on the show, they got it all. But make your own PrizePick theme lineups by using the code HMA. When you sign up, put $5 in, you'll get $50 in lineups immediately. Click the link in the description to get involved. Matt, have you been following the World Cup at all? You're a soccer guy?
I really am not a soccer guy, and with the U.S. officially out, my very little interest has drained even more so. But I do like that play. Mbappe worked for me on a previous PrizePicks play, so I might have to get in on the next one.
The best is there were so many French fans that were around New York City because they played 2 matches at MetLife so far. It might be 3 if they get to the final, by the way. So if they win that, get ready for everyone to tag you and send you the same ha-ha joke. Oh, the France won more games at MetLife this year than the Jets. Ooh, as if we don't know, but thank you for that. But they were just everywhere. So what I would do is I'd walk by and be like, Mbappe, and they would just go nuts, be like, Mbappe. So that's all you have to do if you ever see someone from France.
I love it. It works. Universal language.
It is truly a universal language. All right, let's do more of your calls before we wrap with Matt O'Leary. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is dealing with some back problems. Hopefully, he can still get through it and deliver a passionate call.
I just had chicken. Chicken. Go, baby. Go with me. Go with me. Go with me. Go with me. Go. No. Playing pocket pool. Something to keep my mind entertaining.
Pocket pool.
Your mind does need to be entertained. That makes sense.
A pocket pool is a very fun thing. And if you think that guy is going to score over my boys, as Gordon Ramsay was it, over my dead body, you better think again, mate. Better think again there, mate. You might be 7 feet tall, but you got to remember, too, matey, it's only fair to warn. You're only lucky if you're good, but you got to be lucky to be good. If you're not that good, you miss.
Hey, Beast.
Simple.
You want to come to Gangrene Beach Club tomorrow?
You know what? As Mr. Kennedy once said, yeah, right. What do you?
I was told you're going to be there.
Yeah, right. Please. Ooh, what kind of pissy information you trying to pull on me? What are you, the New York Times? Get out of here.
I thought you were in the sexiest man contest they're doing.
Hey, are you seriously smoking cigarettes? Are you this high? How about I just get you a 50-pack of Kool-Aid, grape, mixed berry, tropical punch, some cherry, some strawberry, some lemon lime, some pink lemonade, maybe all 50 colors. So you go, wee, 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 the colors, man, the colors. Where am I? Planet 14. Ah! Yeah, there you go. That's how you start it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, if I'm driving and I run somebody over, I keep moving. You know, it's called I don't have time for anybody's traffic accident. You know, it's like saying stop. It's like saying stop. Don't worry about it. Screw it. Move on to the next question. You know, it's like saying, hey, you got the phone call and I'm on line too. I say, hey, spaceman, while your hands are free, reach over here and funnel the telephone, will you?
Yeah, you know, B, sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
A lot of coherent points there, as always, from the Beast.
The pocket pool was really great. Pocket pool, I could. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. Just never mind.
Matt, we will see you tomorrow. Get the Speedo ready. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm pumped up, man. It's gonna be a great time. Come hang out. If you're thinking about getting tickets, get your tickets, and yeah, we'll be hanging by the pool talking Jets football.
It's going to be magical. Can't wait. Matt, see you tomorrow. And everyone go subscribe to Matt's channel, Matt O'Leary, NY. You're the best, Matt. See you soon.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Thanks, Jake.
Matt O'Leary with us in his weekly spot. Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
I've begun counting all the Asmaniac raffle entries for the week. If you want a chance to win any of the following 6 items on this show, last call to enter. Breece Hall framed jersey, signed jersey. That's right. Joe Namath signed football. Joe Klecko signed helmet. Wayne Corbett signed football. A Jets Legends jersey. And 2 tickets to the event we were just talking about, Gangrene Beach Club. If you already have tickets and you win the tickets, or you can't go and you win, we could swap the prize for an item from the Jake Asman merch store. So keep that in mind as well. Last chance to enter for that raffle. When you do enter, take advantage. It's 2 for the price of 1. Next week's top prize is a Jets Legends jersey, a signed Breece Hall helmet, a Chad Pennington signed jersey, and a Darrelle Revis end zone pylon. So if you enter right now, you have a chance to win 6 prizes, and then you're already in for next week. So take advantage of a little 2-for-1 special here on a Football Friday. Pumped to see so many of you guys tomorrow. It's going to be great. We will try and post as much as we can on social media, definitely in the Discord. So check that out. If you're not a Patreon user, you certainly are going to want to sign up and get involved there. Speaking of the Discord and the Patreon, we've been talking about it now the last couple of weeks. The link is live. A bunch of you have already secured your spot, which is great. If you want to join us for the annual group buy game, Jets Dolphins, October 25th in MetLife, tailgate in L5 before the game. We watch the game all together in section 146 and post-game field passes. That is all available if you are a Patreon member. First come, first serve. Whatever tickets we have left over of the 70 that we were able to get from the Jets, we will then open it up to the general public. But about 20 have sold so far. So if you definitely want to go, please join my Patreon. You'll see it's the pinned message on the dashboard, how to lock in your spot. It's also available in the Discord under the Dolphins at Jets tab that we made for the meetup. Tailgate info to come. We'll be at L5. And, of course, we'll all be sitting together watching the Jets take on Malik Willis and the Miami Dolphins. And that's a game the Jets could win. I'm not saying they will, but it's one of those games where if you want to be optimistic, you beat the Titans, win one of your next 3 somehow, beat the Browns, beat Miami, beat the Raiders, you're 4-4 through 8. We're having a season, which is not something we've been able to say, unfortunately, that often. But that's the reality. Ladies and gentlemen, Ted Ruggiero, I'm just seeing this. Hey now, Ted with a 20 spot. Hey now, let's go. This is for Ted. Hit it. Ted gifting 20 channel memberships. He is in the Asmaniac raffle for 20 entries. Let's go.
I'm Beastbreaker and I love Harry Potter. I'm a magical fart wizard. Abracadabra, bitches. I'm gonna blast ass in my diaper. Get me a bag of dicks. Get me a bag of dicks. Get me a bag of dicks. Bag of dicks. Keep up. Bag of dicks. Bag of dicks.
Ted, you are the man. You just made it rain. 20 gifted channel memberships, which means if you hear your name called, Ted made you a channel member. Here we go. Shout out to Ted Ruggiero, Grayson Salmon, Mids and the Yak, 2009 MPH, Gilbert Gonzalez, Jay Lepselter, Max Parks, Gary Carter, Jasmir Martinez, Deshoburn, Pat Rich, D. Menace, Laguna, El Latino, Juice 473, Kevin Hayes, V. Seeing, Florence Morales, Atlanta Jet fan, Jay Reeves, all receiving a gifted channel membership from Ted Ruggiero. Ted, you're the man. Thank you very much. Again, last call to enter the raffle. Last call to get on the show as well. We could use some calls right now if you want to weigh in. Should the Jets sign Terrion Arnold? That broke during our show that the Jets were one of the teams that reached out about the ex-Lions corner. Castro says, Jake, Geni is another mistake. Put me in the raffle. Peter, you're in for 4. Is Geni or Geni, is that short for Geno? I'm guessing that's what it means. Again, Geno wasn't my first choice, Peter. I preferred Cousins. I preferred Brissett if I could get him in a trade. You know, I was open to Derek Carr and Geno competing, but again, it is what it is. I just hope Geno could get his legal stuff figured out. No charges, everything dropped, and he's ready to go. That's all you could hope for. And what else can you do? Barbarossa says, what is the section for the Jet game I want to go? Section 146, which is in the lower level, corner of an end zone. Similar seats to where we sat last year, Barbarossa. I don't remember if you were at the Panthers as Maniac meetup game. Last couple of years, the home games we done, the Texans on Halloween, they won. Last year, Panthers, they lost. This year, we're doing the Dolphins. So, hopefully, they win. Or if they're 0-6 at that point, if they lose, I will not be that mad. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. I'm counting the names. Last chance to get in on the show. Tomorrow, England is in action, and our favorite Brit is on the line.
People used to call me Pits. That's why I shave my goddamn body here. That's why I shave my pits. That's why I want to stay fresh.
Why did they call you Pits?
Because I used to stink. What the hell? You want me to send you a 50-pack of some Kool-Aid? Yeah, I can get you some cherry. I can get you some blueberry. Maybe some mixed berry tropical punch, grape, watermelon, lemon and lime, lemonade, pink lemonade. How about some orange? Yo, that orange will come handy. It tastes like fresh. It'll go down smooth.
Yeah, you know, B, sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Will there ever be a better drop than what Carl gave us on that fateful day? I think the answer is no. There will not be. There can't be. It's impossible. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Here's what we're going to do. I have to finalize all the raffle names. We're going to spin the wheel of champions 6 times. It's going to be insane. So get ready. Get your entries in. Phil says, could you imagine someone who had no idea what this group was about and saw this clip? They'd run away and call the cops. Which clip were you referring to? We played a lot of them. There's a lot of clips. I'm sure law enforcement would be questioning. I know for sure they would definitely be questioning what the hell happened here.
Okay, Jake, this is some real serious shit right now. I'm helping someone out. Do you have Cash App? I'm serious, Jake. I swear to God. I'm not bullshitting you.
Yeah, what do you need the money for, Charles?
She's real. I heard her voice. I swear to God.
What does she need help with?
It's complicated right now. Please, Jake. I really am in deep, dire straits right now.
Why not ask?
A deposit of $1,000, but something turned out with her financial department. She uses Bitcoin wallet.
Of course she does.
I was supposed to help her out with some payments.
Why would you help her out? You don't have a job. Bad fellow, what do you think of this situation?
I smell criminality everywhere. I smell it. I need the bat spray.
I'm being serious here.
I'm being serious. Charles, if she's asking you for Bitcoin, that's a scam, bro. Now back to Batman. Charles, you cannot be duped. Do not fall for this.
I met her on Discord.
Have you seen what she looks like?
Well, she's busy right now. She was busy at the time.
Of course. So you've never seen her because you're being scanned. If I'm supposed to believe this is real, she needs it for what?
The financial department.
The financial department of what?
Don't you fall for that scam.
Well, I just lost all my freaking money because of this bitch.
Well, how much did you pay this person?
Too damn much. I heard her voice. It was a woman.
Have you watched this show and seen what Gator has done with people's voices?
It wasn't Gator. It was an actual female voice.
Oh my God. Of course it's not Gator scamming you. $70? Is that why you requested that from me? More than that?
Yes.
How much?
I literally help people that have been victimized from this weekly. This is called a romance scam. What did you use? Did you use like Venmo?
Cash App, Bitcoin address.
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
No, you're not getting your money back, dude. I can't help you. You're lucky it's not all your money.
How much money is it?
Over 100.
How much? Give me an exact number and we will probably get it done right now. If you swear to everyone watching the show, you will not be scammed by anyone that is fake trying to get your money again. Block this person immediately. Do not give them any more money. You understand?
Yes. I was an idiot, Jake. My parents warned me about this shit and I failed.
You cannot talk to strangers on the internet, Charles. You understand?
Yes.
Tell me how much money you sent to this fake person immediately. How much total money is this roughly here? Because I can't do the math as I'm on the air right now. This is over $1,000, Charles. Is that why you asked for 1,000 at the beginning? That's so nice of you, big fella. I'll make sure we get this to Charles.
Look, Charles is a special person. And for someone to take advantage of him, I wish I was the real Batman because I go and destroy them.
I posted Charles' Venmo in the chat. Send it to him directly. I mean, it's just brutal. Charles, you got scammed, man. Hopefully you learned from this. That's all you could do. What a moment that was, huh? Super chat from Oog. No backup to Geno is like the year you said they should have signed someone before the meltdown. Klubnik is exciting, but need another vet. The difference is that year they were expected to be a Super Bowl contender. And we knew Zach Wilson was ass. So to not have anyone else was insane. This year, I don't expect that much. So if Geno actually went down, I'd rather just see Klubnik and get an evaluation. And if the Jets lose games, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. That said, the Jets can't operate that way. Glenn can't be like, yeah, if we lose, it's okay. If I get fired, whatever. He's got to save his job. So if they go into the year without signing another backup and it's just Geno and then it's either Klubnik or Zappy as the number 2, they better have shown you enough this summer where you feel good about him because it's not a legit excuse if Geno goes down, misses most of the year, and the team is still banned. Keep that in mind. So we'll see. It does feel like they're going to at least go into training camp and they're going to give Klubnik the chance to be the backup. See if he could win the job over Zappy. Now, remember, Klubnik had the back thing at the end of minicamp. They held him out. Will he be healthy for week 1? I'm sure. He's going to play a lot in the preseason. He's got to be out there day 1 of training camp, though, because he's got an opportunity to be the backup. He got married a couple of weeks ago, so congrats to Cade Klubnik on that. Last chance to get in on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, a guy who will be joining us at our event in Atlantic City tomorrow. He's also a big Hollywood actor. Johnny Danks is on the line. Hello, Johnny.
What's up, guys? What's up, Jake? How you doing?
How are you, Johnny? Excited to see you tomorrow.
I'm amazing. I can't wait to see all you guys tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. What's happening?
We're living the dream. Jets football in July.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. I can't wait to see all the Asmaniacs. Atlantic City, 12 o'clock, right around 12 start.
Starts at noon, goes till 6, and then there's, I'm sure, going to be people hanging all throughout the night into the evening.
Nice. I'm so stoked, man. Hell yeah.
What's new with you?
Everything's good, man. I'm actually at my dad's house in Rockland County, New York. I'm helping him sell it, so he's moving to Florida, and so I'm around, and everything's good. I got actually some pretty big news. I just closed a pretty big movie deal that I'm going to be executive producer. I have one of the lead roles. It's called Fighting Destiny, and been working really hard on this one, and I could say now it's starring Alec Baldwin, Kevin Spacey, Lilo Brancato. Everybody remembers him from A Bronx Tale. Colodril. A bunch
He's
of
still
other
acting?
people. What's that? Yeah, he's still
Wow.
acting. Yeah, man. No, he's kind of like he's kind of reviving his career, and yeah, he's still doing it, man. He'll always be known for A Bronx Tale, but yeah, he's still doing it. So, and then myself, of course. I'm really excited for this one. This character is going to be kind of different than when I played kind of sociopath. So it's going to be pretty awesome, man. We start filming like November, like the southern New Jersey area, and I can't wait. So I'll talk more about it as time as we get closer. But yeah, so we'll be celebrating the Jets tomorrow, and my movie deal too.
That's awesome, man. Kevin Spacey's back. He survived the Me Too movement. He's doing his thing again.
Yeah, he's doing some pretty big stuff right now. So I've definitely he's doing pretty good. He survived. He survived, man. And,
That's very cool, man. That's cool. For those who don't know, Johnny's been in a bunch of TV shows and movies over the years and produces a bunch of stuff. He's from New York originally and lives in LA and always goes to the Jet fan bar in Los Angeles to watch the team every single week.
Yeah, LA Jet fans, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to also say to anyone that hasn't been to any of Jake's meetups and you're just kind of like, I don't know, like thinking twice about it or going by yourself. I go to all of them by myself. They're awesome. Jake hooks it up. The food is always good. The drinks are good. It's literally for everybody, families, whatever. But I would go. Like when you go, and if you're gonna be really happy if you did. I feel like an AC is like for everybody. I feel like that location is good for everybody in this area. So if
that's
you're
the only one that's
thinking
not families, unless you're 21 plus.
You know what? Yeah, I thought after I said it, I was like, yeah, 21 plus, not families, but if you're thinking about it, you have nothing to do, just go because they're awesome, and you'll be really happy if you went. I went to I've been to a few of your meetups, and they're awesome, man. Every time I go, so yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I'm excited to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got to tell us more about the movie as it gets closer.
Definitely, brother. No, it's gonna be awesome. So
100%. Johnny, you're the man. See you tomorrow, all right?
see everybody tomorrow.
Johnny
Almost, I gotta do a
Gangs.
shot. It's on me.
Yes, we'll do shots. Love that. Shout out to Johnny. Very cool, man. Alec Baldwin, Kevin Spacey. The guy from A Bronx Tale, I didn't realize he's still acting. Bronx Tale is one of my favorite movies. Great movie. Beast, you a fan of the movie Bronx Tale?
Never seen it.
Really? This surprises me. You've seen everything
61
pre-1990.
I've seen. I've also seen Escape from New York and also Escape from LA when Snake Plissken always says, "Go ahead, try me. Try me. Draw. Go ahead. Make my day." You know who said that? The great Clint Eastwood. Sudden Impact, 1983. 1 year before I was born.
What a performance there by the Beast. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to finalize counting all these Asmaniac raffle names. You have until the end of this very short video to enter for your chance to win 6 jet-related items. That's right. 6 jet-related items up for grabs. You have 30 seconds to enter. Hit it.
Bob in Vermont has been waiting a long time. Wants in on the Mets conversation from earlier. Hello, Bob.
Hey, Jake, how you doing?
Bobby.
And Bart Scott, how you doing? Jake is a great YouTube person, too. You guys make a good couple. You should get rid of the bald-headed guy.
Oh, man, Bob, you can't be coming over here firing people, Bob. We don't do that, man. Can't do that. Jake got his own thing going on his hand.
Come on.
And Carlin's my guy, man. You can't be trying to see, that's what they try to do. They try to put a wedge in between you and cause stir up stuff, man.
He was on hold for 2.5 hours to say that Chris Carlin should be removed from the show the way Mendoza was removed from the Mets dugout.
Make with the yuck and the dance, you little monkey clown.
Tough.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ozzie Fullers has gifted a channel membership. Thank you. Oh, wow. Another big one here. Jetstream just getting in. I was about to hand things over to the master of raffle ceremony. Jetstream, 10 gifted channel memberships. Beningo, what do you think of that?
I'll say this. I only worry about one person's penis, and that's mine. So everybody else's, I don't really care. But I'm sure there's plenty of guys out there that could use more than just a little illusion of more inches. But whatever.
Great point, Joe. You hit it right there. Now, they haven't come out and said it, but that's exactly what they're thinking right now.
Amazing. Amazing. Still can't believe that happened when Beningo filled in for me on the Jets Collective. Just crazy stuff. Jetstream, you're the man. Who's got your memberships? Alex the Average, Peter, All Sports Carlos, Blackbeard Travel, Rick Leal, Easy Does It, True American, Nelson Gonzalez, Red John, and Vontae, all receiving a gifted channel membership from Jetstream. Jetstream, 1989 to be exact. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring on the Master of Raffle ceremony, where we got one of our biggest raffles ever. 6 prizes, including one of the more expensive prizes, a framed Breece Hall signed jersey. Good luck to everyone. Right now, we bring on the man who will send us to the Wheel of Champions.
Oh, shit. You son of a bitch. I just got a little gas. Crosswall Wrestling Federation is here for you. Girls, bring me the wheel. We got some pineapples to give off, and we got 6 big surprises. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin the wheel. Happy New Year. Roll that footage, Daddy-O.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Excellent job by the Master of Raffle ceremony. All right, here we go, folks. This is wild. This is crazy. All the names from this week and last week, because we didn't do that many shows because of the holiday weekend, are on the Wheel of Champions here. We got 6 prizes to raffle away. We'll go from 6 to 1. Our first prize is 2 tickets to Gangrene Beach Club. And if you win this and can't go, we could swap it for an item from my merch store. Or if you already bought tickets, we could refund your money. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to spin that wheel. Here we go. Our first of 6 winners today is Ted Ruggiero. Congratulations to Ted on the win. Ted is winner number 1. Ted, claim your prize. Shoot me an email, asmanjake@gmail.com. That goes for everyone who wins a prize. Everyone who entered today, like Ted did, is already in for next week, too. All right, prize number 2 is a Jets Legends jersey. You pick the player you want. We got Klecko, Revis, Mangold, Trebet, Curtis Martin, Namath. We got it all. So you pick the player you want, the size you want it in. You got to reach out via email to claim your prize. Here we go. Shuffle the names again. The winner of a Jets Legends jersey is Mike D's Nuts. Mike D's Nuts is winning himself a Jets Legends jersey. Mike D's Nuts, hit it.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership. Hey.
Mike, congratulations. He's the winner of a Jets Legends jersey. All right, here we go. Now we're up to a signed football by a guy who's hanging out with all of us tomorrow. Wayne Crabette, number 80. Signed ball by the Green Lantern, Mr. Third Down. The winner is JYB, congratulations. You are the winner of a Wayne Corbett signed football. JYB. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Hold on. This raffle wheel is glitching on me. I need to just adjust the setting here. I got to reshare. Give me 10 seconds. We still got a couple spins left on the Wheel of Champions here. We're spinning for a Breece Hall framed Jet jersey display, a Joe Klecko signed helmet, and a Joe Namath signed helmet. That also is up for grabs. If I could figure out why the StreamYard screen share won't work. Apologies, guys. Bear with me. This is very annoying. StreamYard has never glitched like this. Hold on. Let me bring on my tech guy. Beast, why do you think we're having some glitch issues here?
I don't know. There might be some like flares in the atmosphere. You might have to do a restart. Unless you got a backup plan. You have a backup plan?
Yeah, I'm going to do the restart. That seems like a good suggestion.
Go ahead. Just roll it.
All right. I'll be right back. You take over.
All right, let's go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, signed Joe Klecko helmet giveaway is right on this. This is the only time you can get it. Because tomorrow is the big one. And remember, this afternoon, we're going to have a live count it on. And we got so much surprises. We are going to turn up the heat. And remember, folks, this is the only time we're going to have it because we're going to be back Monday. And when we do, the fire just gets a little bit more hot. We're going to get hot. And we're going to get steaming hot. And we're not talking that ordinary kind of hot that you see on the television screen. We're talking 130, 140, 150, 160 degrees hot. That's just a toilet bowl. That's just to hear the word flush.
I think I figured it out, Beast. Let me see. And the wheel is there. Well done, sir. Yes. Let's go. All right. We should be good. You guys can see right in the chat if you can see all the names. Or you can actually see the wheel on the screen. I just want to confirm the chat can see it. Chat, let me know if you can see the Wheel of Champions, and then we'll spin again. Is that a restart and put all the names in again? You guys can see it. Thank you, Mike Durama. All right. Sorry about that. Let's get back to the raffle here. We still got 3 prizes left. We're halfway home. Our next prize is a signed Joe Klecko helmet. Again, if you win any of the prizes, email me to claim it. We need your name and address. Here we go. Signed Klecko helmet. The winner is... Oh, hold on. You guys don't see the wheel. Let me switch back over. There it is. Klecko helmet. It goes to Nate ESQ. He's on a roll. Nate, congratulations. We're shipping to Canada once again. Nate, you are the winner. Congratulations to Nate ESQ. Let's remove his names, reshuffle all the names. We're down to 2 prizes left on the program. A Broadway Joe Namath helmet is up next. Ladies and gentlemen, let's spin the wheel again. Broadway Joe signed helmet. The winner is... Mimosa. It's actually a football, but same thing. Mimosa, congratulations. She'll be at Gangrene Beach Club tomorrow. Mimosa, the winner of a Broadway Joe Namath signed ball. Let's go.
Thank you, Mimosa, for your generosity and tremendous support of the Jake Asman Show.
That means we got one last spin. One of the biggest weekly prizes we could give out. It is a framed Breece Hall Jets jersey. What you see on the screen there is what you're getting. If you saw V-Man at the watch party last year win it in one of our watch party raffles, that's what this is. Our grand prize for raffle number 80. Our final winner is Joe Baxter. Congratulations to Joe Baxter. He is our grand prize winner. Let's go. Congratulations to all our Asmaniac raffle winners. 6 of them this week. Joe Baxter, Brees, signed jersey that is already in a frame. Mimosa, Namath Football. Nate, ESQ, Klecko helmet. JYB, Crabette Football. Mike D's Nuts, a Legends jersey. And Ted Rosario, tickets to Gangrene Beach Club. You guys are awesome. Big thank you to everyone who supports the show, especially this month when it is slow. Views are down on everyone's channel. So you guys still being here every day means a whole lot. Training camp is coming. We're under 3 weeks. We got a big event tomorrow with Wayne Crabette in the building. So I can't wait to hang out with about 200 Asmaniacs and Jet fans in Atlantic City at Gangrene Beach Club. Not planning on doing a live show over the weekend unless there's some big breaking news. I am crazy enough to bring equipment with me down to AC just in case. But we will have some content on the channel to keep you guys busy over the weekend. Connor Long is doing a show this afternoon. He might have a special guest, so tune into that in the 4 p.m. hour. Connor's going live at 4 for that one. I might even try and pop in because I hopefully will be in AC by then, and I'll say hello and join my own show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the fence about going to this event, do it. Lou B knows how to throw a hell of a party. GangreneBeachClub.com. Some of your favorite reporters, content creators, podcasters, super fans, all in one spot. Lou B says in. Lou, it's going down. It's going down. Get ready. You guys are the best. Thanks for watching. Check out the Wayne Crabette interview that I posted on the channel yesterday. That is not an old interview. That is fresh. So enjoy it for yourself. Sit back and enjoy. We leave you with a very important message. God bless America. And we'll see you in Atlantic City tomorrow. Let's go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.